Greetings to you! Welcome again to Drama Time! Yeah, Drama Time, baby. We've got it all today. We've got cougars, we've got male strippers, we've got really mean brothers, and it's all from Team Canada. So it's all good. Team Canada repping like a trooper. Drama Time, of course, is when you bump into those crazy, crazy, crazy people out there in the real world of Warcraft, where everybody's blessed with the power of anonymity and is free to be complete wankers at their pleasure. At their absolute pleasure, they can be complete douchebags. Total douchebags. So if you've done it, or you know somebody who's done it, send us a story to drama@preachgaming.com. Totally anonymous. We keep you under wraps. It's all just about having a laugh at things we've done in the past, no matter how despicable they are. Last story we did. If you haven't seen that, you should check it. You should check it. It got ropey. It got ropey. I think we'll start with the fun story before we go into crossing the line. Yeah, before we go into the strippers and whatever. I think we should do that. I think we should do that. All right. So we need some characters then. We need a real life friend. Who I think we'll go with. I'm going to have Fresh Kid for that. Oh no, we had Fresh in the other story. We have Fresh already. We'll have Flowing. We need a Lady Priest. Doing it right. A Lady Priest. Who's looking ladylike today? Blondie? Blondie will do. Blondie will do. Blondie will do nicely. We need a GM. Yeah. GM's always the best. And we need a male priest. Who plays a male priest? Me. I do. I love priests. They're fun. They're fun as shit. Okay. So, I need two more. Twick. Twick's in. Twick. And James T. Kirk. I don't think I can have the captain in there. Noxu. Noxu will do nicely. Noxu will do nicely. And that will wrap up our characters for this first story. We have various guild names going in here, including a Brazilian guild, which sounds awesome. But I bet it's not. Not Olympic Games, though, right? Is it the Olympics or the World Cup? It's not looking too good. When the rivers will run with shit. I'm sorry. Sorry to tell you. Sorry to tell you. We're going back in time once again to the era of vanilla, to the era of unlinked flight paths, leveling, where the zones don't finish your level and you get stuck. You have to apparently traverse overwhelming distances by foot. Very off-putting to some players. Very off-putting indeed. I have a priest. I've got a priest. I've got a priest, so it's all good. My story begins midway in vanilla. I got into the game through a blokey named Flowing. One day I was over at his house after school. We were around 13 years of age at the time, and he was on his computer. I went over and I was watching Flowing play an amazing looking game, and immediately I wanted to play it. It looked like a vast land of snow and ice. Him running through, traversing the world on a horse. You know where he is, don't you? You know where he is. The only MMO I had ever really played before was RuneScape, and there was no comparison between 05 RuneScape and the new awesome graphics of World of Warcraft. I asked Flowing, can I play for a bit? Your 13-year-old friend. He agreed reluctantly. He moved away from his computer and sat down. He pointed me in the direction and told me to head that way while he went to get some food, slightly laughing as he left. I was slightly confused as I was no longer on a horse as he was. And I was walking instead of running. It's one of the most simple trolls a man can come up with. Oh, you want to play the game? You want to play my character? You want to see something spectacular? Just go that way. By the way, I've dismounted you and put auto walk on. Have fun. It's so simple. But nobody's finding the auto walk button, are they? Nobody who can do that. No one in the fucking world is going to find that fucking thing. And that's brilliant. I friggin' love it. It's so fucking good. So fucking cool. Such simple trolling. So easy. I was slightly confused. Florian had put me on RP walk and sent me heading up towards Ironforge. Even walking, moving into the great entrance of Ironforge for the first time, remains to this day one of my favourite memories in all of my gaming history. That's one of your best memories, is walking ever so slowly to Ironforge. Walking ever so slowly to Ironforge. You know what I mean? Walking ever so slowly. After I went home, I knew I needed to get this game. And after a bit of convincing, I talked my parents into buying me World of Warcraft. The first time I logged into the game, watching the opening cinematic, going to the character select screen and looking through the classes, I knew there was only one class to play. What did he play at the time? Vanilla, age 13. Come on! Vanilla, age 13. What did he pick? I hovered over it and knew that for me there was only one. The Night Elf Hunter. Rocking the fucking Legolas like a boss. Not long after I started leveling, I received a message from someone with promises of adventure and grandeur. He asked me if I would like to join them in their guild. Everybody got it. Elf Hunter. He whispered me, saying I promised with promises of adventure and grandeur. And he said, would you like to join my guild? I wanted to tell him yes, absolutely, as it seemed like it would be amazing. However, the only way I thought you could start sending messages was with a /. And I was confused when rarely, but sometimes, did my messages actually get spoken. So my response didn't go through. But luckily, I got a guild invite anyway. Hey! Such a good guild, and you know it is. I didn't even have to reply. This is going to be awesome, man. They promised me adventure, grandeur. Didn't even have to reply. Got a guild invite anyway. Oh! Fucking awesome. Such good guild. Such happy. Even without me responding, I joined the guild. And for the next few weeks, heard absolutely nothing from anyone in the guild. Not a word was so lucky. First day on the internet, kid. You fucking still got in. Don't know how to reply to a whisper. Still got in. A few weeks into leveling, though, I was around level 30, sitting in the Ironforge, my favourite city, and found my way into the bank, and even better, the guild bank. The guild bank. I opened the guild bank to look at all the items, and at the bottom of the screen, saw I could take out 10 items. Immediately, I started choosing which items I wanted. The item that I was most excited about was a stack of shiny, green 100 crystals, which I now know were for an Ungoro quest. They do look cool though, right? 100 gems of glowing power. 100 of them. And I could take them with only using one of my stacks. So amazed. Such usefulness. Oh my god. I was so excited to take these crystals out of the bank. So fucking good. Woohoo! Look how shiny they are. They must be worth a fortune, bro. They must be worth a fucking fortune. After I selected my items, I logged out for the night. The next day when I logged into WoW, shortly after I received a message from the GM of my guild. He was speaking all in caps, asking why I would ever take out all 10 items and why would I take Ungoro crystals. While he was whispering me, I went over to check the guild bank to see what happened to the guild bank and what he had got so angry about. I need to check this for myself. I was allowed to take 10 items. That was the rules you set down before me, right? That was the rules. I need to go and check. Something else must have gone down. Something bad's happened. My name's on a list somewhere. Need to check this for myself. Need to verify this exchange. Oddly, I could now only take one item out of the bank. I remember specifically thinking that it probably recharges at one item per day. And that the GM must have been angry with me for stockpiling all of my withdrawals and using them all at once. That's what happened. Oh, okay. So every day I could take one, But if I don't, I can take 2 the next day, 3 the next day. Just like bank them all, right? And just took all the good shit in one big go. Got it, right? I totally see what your problem is. So I only took out 1 item that day. Still taking it. I'm still taking it so we're all in good stead, right? Just so I'm playing by the rules. Okay, I get it, right? I took too many in one go. So all I'm going to do today is take the 1 item, all right? Okay, I get why you're angry. So I'll just take the 1 stack of stuff. I'll just take the 1 stack of stuff. That's what I'm going to take. Of course, at this point, I still did not know how to respond to whispers. Just ignoring him and taking shit out of the bank. I love it. I love the idea that this GM's like, stop taking shit out of the bank. You're like, I know, right? Taking stuff out of the bank? Fucking hell, dude. I'm so sorry. Can't reply to whispers, though. I can't work it out. Shortly after that, though, I was just kicked straight from the guild. Kicked from a cesspool guild. The fucking shame of it to be kicked from a cesspool guild. He didn't even reply. They were a good guild, man. I hit level 60 shortly before the Burning Crusade was released. At level 60, I started to actually learn how to play. I figured out that I did not have to start any chat with a slash. Well, now we're getting the hunter basics. Now we're getting there. Oh, right. Now I'm starting to be a better player. I've moved up to the next level. You don't start any chat with a slash, okay? Hunter skills, writing them down. I also figured out how to turn off walking. Alright. This is the fucking best story ever. The guy's fucking 12 years old, you fake losers. I started figuring out how to actually play my hunter. Oh, no G-Banks? Oh, fake story. Ah, well, still a fun story. We're okay with it. By the time I hit level 70, I was a fairly decent hunter. Running heroics and joined a guild, where I started going into Kara and killing a few bosses. However, shortly after... Oh, no G-Bank? You pissed off? Alright, we'll skip it. I'm sorry, dude. Mega fake? I can't do. Oh, he's so good, though. He's so good, though. It's so good. Alright, I'll summarize the story for you, though, because I'm just skipping through it. You couldn't work... In the story, our man can't work out how to join Vent, right? So he tells us. So he went through a lot of the expansion in his story, pretending to be deaf, and that's why he didn't join Ventrilo. He goes into that. I love that. I love it. He became the server's deaf hunter, which I thought was brilliant, and I thought it'd be really good. But there you go. That's the end of the story, so we're okay with it. We're okay. So we'll move on to the stripper story. I usually weed out the fake ones. I do. I usually weed out the fake ones, but there you go. There you go. There you go. It was still a fun story, though, nonetheless. It's a shame he missed my man got caught out. It's a shame the man got caught out. Unlucky. Right. So let's have some strippers. Let's have some strippers. Let's have some male strippers. It is quite funny that someone would say he pretended to be deaf so they didn't have to join Ventrilo. I thought that was brilliant. Right, I need a mega... Okay, hang on. I've still got some names here that we didn't use in the previous story, so we'll do that. Right, so we've got Twick. We used Flowing. We'll have... Noxu. Is there a lady? There is no lady, but we'll still use Blondie. Why not? So I need 2 more, though. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I need 2 more fellas. 2 more fellas. Do. Okay, awesome. Pancake. Love it. The Deathy Pancake. I'm just going to go with Pancake, as always. And... Hurley! Yay! All power to the lost. Good man. Good man. Mr. Hurley. Mr. Hurley will do. Right, so we've got the 5 guys, okay? This story is called Crossing the Line. How I led an inquisition against a jerk who had done the Sunwell. Guilds are disbanded and gone now, so if you don't want to, don't change the names. They're not very interesting names, but we'll keep them in. We'll keep them in. Okay, the Inquisition. I fucking love it. I love it. Oh, Bridger, brofist to you. Alright, I'd say my experience with WoW drama. My experience with WoW began when I was attending college and was back near the transition between the TBC and the Wrathful Lich King. There with a guy who was involved in a group of friends of mine who went by the name of Twick. Twick is the biggest dickhead on the planet. Are you glad you joined, Twick? It could end that way in a drama day, you know what I mean? It's not my fault. It's not my fault that somebody that's just the way it ended up. That's just the way it ended up. He kept talking wow up, did Twick. He even mentioned having an old account for me, but said he would have to pay I would have to pay the monthly subscription fees. He explained that if we leveled together, we should shoot through the levels a lot faster with Refer a Friend program. He always rubbed me up the wrong way because he was conceited arsehole elitist. Friend. Friend, another one of those friends. Let's refer a friend. We're friends with Twick. Twick is... I always disliked Twick because he was a conceited arsehole elitist in every other hobby that we shared. Friend. Love it. But I figured perhaps that might not be an issue this time. You get another chance, Twick, to prove yourself. Another fucking chance to prove yourself. Another chance. I decided to give it a try, and we rolled Blood Elves to be in the same starting area. I was a female hunter, named after a character in a D&D campaign I was playing. During the first session of leveling, Twick told me he got banned on an RP realm one time for griefing. Apparently he'd been making lots of sexual advances in private areas where people were doing secret RP. Twick was convinced he had done nothing wrong though, and started to prompt me to agree with him. You agree, right? You agree. You know I'm correct. Say I'm correct. No, really. Say I'm correct. I'm serious. Say I'm correct. You must say I'm correct. I gave you an old account. I'm serious. Say I'm fucking correct. Do it. Do it. Do it. Twick sounds like a really nice guy. I soon discovered that, despite a generous 3 times XP bonus, leveling with Twick was painful. He was overbearing about what to do and where to go, and it sucked all the fun out of the game. And that is when he was even on to level with us. Eventually, I started leveling on my own because I was sick and tired of Twick's shit and being stalled for him. Leveling with friends just doesn't fucking work. Most of the time. The founding of a guild. Let's make a guild together. I discovered a lot of my friends were playing WoW on our server, and we got us the idea to form a guild and play together. We were going to be a casual, social / leveling guild with thoughts of doing raid content. You found such a unique element in the game that people want, right? Social, leveling, one day we'll raid. It's going to be such a good guild, guys. Such a good fucking guild. It's going to be awesome. When we're all geared, we'll start raiding. It's going to be perfect. We're all bros. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be so good. We would all be officers and make decisions as a group. You've all been there, right? Every fucking single one of you has been in this situation where you're going to make a guild with friends. You're all going to be officers. We're all level-headed people. We'll make decisions together. It's going to be idyllic. Nothing like these other guilds that are just twats. No, we're going to be nothing like that. We're going to be super fucking... Yeah, why has no one done that before? It sounds... I would join in an instant. Still, we knew someone had to hold the seat of power. My friends said we should also choose a raid leader, as several people already had level 70 characters. But we do need a leader. Twick decided that he should be both raid leader and guild leader. Of course you did, Twick. You know what is the best solution for everybody? Is if I do everything. That's the best solution. Trust me, guys. I'm a friend. But myself and several others didn't think that would be a good idea. I may have been new to WoW, but I was fairly certain at the time that anyone, including myself, would have been a better guild leader than Twick, simply because he was a massive asshole. But when the votes were tallied, Twick was unanimously voted raid leader. There was close gathering between Twick and our friend Hurley, who I and several others had agreed to vote for in secret. You such pussies! Secret voting amongst friends? Come on! We'll have to do... How did you do a secret ballot? I would love to know how you did a secret ballot. That would be fucking awesome. I thought the decision would be clear. Oh, you all whispered in the background, right? You all whispered in the background. It's like, vote for fucking Hurley. Vote for Hurley. It'll be fine. We'll sort it out. Twick won't be Guildmaster. Because it was pretty close. Twick would be raid leader. He had unanimous support for that. And him being an asshole was actually seen as a good thing. Sometimes raid leaders need to be dicks. I don't want to be the dick. And Twick seems to have no problem being a dick. It's actually a good thing that we'll have somebody strong, somebody with a real personality to be able to make those tough decisions that we need as a raid. Sometimes somebody has to be the bearer of bad news. I'm not prepared to do it. And the fact that he's an asshole, that really, really benefits us. That super benefits us. Super benefits us as a guild. We need that guy to be in charge. So it was assumed then that Hurley would be a guild leader. Twick, however, said that he didn't appreciate that idea. And the better idea is that him and Hurley would be co-guild leaders, while he would be the sole raid leader. I like Twick. Twick knows what he wants and how to get it. So why don't we just give one of the roles to each of you? It's pretty close. You know, the Guildmaster vote was pretty even. The raid leader's yours, that's fine. But you can obviously give the Guildmaster over to Hurley. No. What we'll do is this, right? I will be co-Guildmaster and raid leader. Hurley can be just co-Guildmaster. And that's how we'll do it, okay? You believe me, right? You trust me. I'm your friend. I'm the guy you need in that situation. I am the guy you need. It instantly sounded stupid to me because I only knew one person could actually be guild leader. And the best the other could hope for was an honorary title. You can't have co-guild masters. Still, I thought this would be acceptable. There's a way around this. If Hurley got the charter as soon as he went home, he gets the title and we would give the honorary title to Twick to appease his ego. Twick, however, was already at home, logged on immediately and got the guild charter under the name of the Booty Bay Surf Club. This gave Twick his daddy pants title, and poor Hurley got an honorary title on his own. You can't beat a ghost! You can't do it! You can't beat these fucking guys, man. They have a plan for everything. You cannot fucking win. Don't even try. From then on out, there was so much drama, I can't even remember everything that happened. In essence, anytime you went to talk to Twick about a suggestion you had for something, he wouldn't listen, but would belittle you in any way possible because he was so much better at the game. His biggest brag and common response to anything was, "I've done the Sunwell!" On his old account, right? I've done Sunwell! Dude, we need to sort out the feast. I've done the Sunwell. You didn't turn up for last night's raid. I've done the Sunwell. You're not doing good deep. I've done the Sunwell. You don't seem to understand, right? I am Twick. I have done the Sunwell. Everything you say to me is beneath me. I have done the Sunwell. Don't even ask me a question before I have done the Sunwell. And therefore you are all lower than scum. Apparently, this was the easiest way to end a conversation on anything from how to play a class he had never played or how to structure guild ranks. We should change the guild ranks. I have done the Sunwell. I have done the Sunwell. We should, do you think this guy should be demoted? I have done the Sunwell. When our friend Pancake asked Twick about making a tabard for our guild because it looks cool to all have a tabard in PvP and other events, Twick proceeded to tell Andrew that because Pancake and Hurley were best friends who were sharing an account, that Pancake wasn't really a member of the guild and had no right to talk about anything. I have done the Sunwell. That should be the Star Wars. I have done the Sunwell. You share an account, is that correct? Okay, so your opinion is invalid, is all I would like to say to you, Mr. Pancake. I understand that you have a suggestion, you're a member of this guild, but because you are, in fact, sharing accounts, you do not matter to me in the least. So please feel free to leave. You were maybe an IRL friend, but leave me alone. Later, Twick proceeded to get access to Pancake's and Hurley's account. He started transferring items from Pancake's character to Hurley's to make it look like Pancake was stealing from Hurley. Oh, that's so fucking low. Oh my god. He didn't even go in there to ghost it. He didn't even go to steal anything from himself. Just to make it look like the friends were stealing from each other. Nice. That is really fucking nice. That is genius. That's what you do if you've done the Sunwell. You have the right and authority to fucking do that, right? You have the right to do that. He later confessed this to our paladin Blondie. And claimed it was done. It was claimed it was done to make it look like they were stealing from each other and to stop the account sharing. Blondie, being a sir, told the friends what had happened. And things exploded. So he revealed it. That was a good man. Fucking good man. Pancake and Hurley did not have drama between each other. But the conflict caused Twick to have a total meltdown. He left the guild completely, giving Hurley full control. Moments later, Twick asked to rejoin the guild and asked for his position back. In order to prevent the drama, Hurley gave him back the GM. Why? Why the fuck? That was your opportunity. Why would you give him back the fucking GM? Are you joking? You did that with two people. He then left the guild. You gave him back the guildmaster title. I want this guy in charge. You know what I mean? He's prepared to go the fucking distance. When Twick returned to power, there was suddenly 2 new officer ranks. I was moved to a lower rank of officers, along with Pancake. While our friends, Hurley and Noxu, who were moved to higher rank officers. I asked Twick why, and he brushed me off. I have done the Sunwell. It's no big deal. I have totally done the Sunwell. Why have you done this? Because I've done the Sunwell. I was brushed off, but everyone seemed to believe that Twick was separating out his favourites, and I, of course, was not one of them. It was around this time that Blondie sent an in-game mail. Are you sure you guys are friends? I'm just saying, it's not looking good for your friendship. You're now sending secret in-game mails. He sent an in-game mail to myself and several others. The letter mentioned the rumour of discontent in the guild, and that Blondie was displeased, and how things were being handled by both sides. Blondie was not only a decent friend of mine and someone Twick respected enough to put on his inner circle, but Blondie was actually a paladin of some minor renown on our server. He was a tank who had done a lot of pugs up for the years, and was known on the server as being a very competent tank. Truthfully, he had the best reputation of any friend we had in our guild. I hopped on Instant Messenger and brought all my issues to Blondie to explain to him what was going on. Blondie listened and responded. He called me out on being a shitty dude and spreading frustrations. It does sound like you bitch a lot. It does sound like you also bitch a lot. Is it true that you also are a bit of a bitch? That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is it does sound like you're a bit of a bitch, and Blondie's calling you out on it as well. Yeah, you're also bitching out a little bit. Blondie suggested that I needed to talk to Twick. You know what you should do? You should talk to him about this. And if I talked to him about these things, he was sure Twick would understand. You know what? Twick's a really understanding guy. You know he's done the Sunwell. Yeah? Twick's a really understanding guy. He's going to be fine. You should talk to him about his fucking problem. You should bring this to him. Bring it to the guy. So I instant messaged Twick. Boy, was that a bad mistake. Twick got pissy with me pretty much instantly. It devolved into a screaming match over Instant Messenger. Caps lock. The caps lock was engaged. With Twick claiming I was a shit officer and didn't deserve to be in the guild because I wasn't devoted enough. I was sick and tired of his shit. In this game, I was paying to play. I called Twick out on being a shitty person in real life. Eventually, we parted and I informed Blondie of what happened. Blondie suggested that we have an in-person guild meeting to discuss it. Let's have a little meeting. We can sort it out. Diplomacy, people. Gotta be fine. At the meeting, Twick was pissy about people not respecting him by questioning things he had done. But he has done the Sunwell. Like deleting his 70, spontaneously kicking people, promoting whoever he wanted, and clearing the guild bank whenever he needed money. He said the talking behind his back was ridiculous. And because of his tendency to blow up at people who asked him about anything he was doing, that they were total losers. I wrote a 4-page letter to read aloud at the meeting. Did you write a 4-page letter to read aloud at the meeting? Did you come prepared? Did you do your homework? It's good that you did. It's good that you did your homework. I wrote a 4-page letter to read aloud at the meeting. The last page being a list of 10 things Twick did that made him a bad guild leader. I wanted Twick gone as a guild leader. You made a list of 10 commandments? Was it on a scroll? Was it? Problem the first, right? Problem the first. I said I'm not devoted to the guild. 4-page letter, front and back. 10 listed notes to summarise at the very end. I've got you by the balls, Twick. I wanted him demoted. Twick moaned and cried about how it was his dream to run a guild since he first played vanilla. I was not sympathetic. Basically telling him, 10 gold and a dream makes a guild charter. It's the 10 names on it that makes a guild. Oh, whoa! Look at you! That must have been on the scroll, right? Did you put the T on it so it looks aged? A little bit of scrabbles at the edges. A little bit of scrabbles, authentic as fuck. 10 gold and a dream makes a guild charter. It's the 10 names on it that makes a guild. And you are nothing more than the same arrogant know-it-all jerk that you are in most of the other things we do together. I think I ended it with perhaps a year ago you wanted to form a guild. That does not mean that any guild that forms with you is your guild. Boom. Boom. My passionate arguments were routinely interrupted by Twick moaning. So it's like 10 gold and a dream makes a guild charter. Fuck off, knobhead. It's the 10 names on it that boring. You're such a bitch. You really wrote a letter? Just butting in and really ruining it. I like that. Blondie and the others in the guild suggested that Twick be given another chance. Is Twick actually an arsehole? I've got to say, everybody seems to be supporting Twick in this story, don't they? Even after your impassioned 4-lettered scroll, people are still giving Twick the support he deserves. And that's pretty good. Removing him from his position was not necessary. Twick deserves another chance. He does, doesn't he? He does. In the end, their opinions had more traction. Everybody agreed with everybody else. Yeah, 10 gold. I've done the Sunwell. Yeah, but it's the 10 Sunwell. In the end, their opinions had more traction than mine, and I wasn't going to impose my will on my friends. But I knew nothing had been solved. The final showdown. Things were somewhat peaceful for a while after the big event. I avoided Twick and stayed leveling on my priest alt and Tauren DK I used as a gatherer toon. It was actually Blondie who texted with something that intrigued me. Blondie was now also fed up with Twick's shit. Apparently Blondie had brought in a series of female friends into the guild. Twick proceeded to one by one creep all over them and make them uncomfortable, and eventually they all left one by one. Hello, ladies. Did you know I've done the Sunwell? You should come and see my bow. It's legendary. Yeah. Well played, Twick. Well played. No ladies welcome. When confronted about these things and mentioning some suggestions that he had, Blondie was told that he was crossing a line. You're crossing a line, Blondie. The ladies are exactly what I need. What I do with the girls is up to me. I have done the Sunwell. Blondie wanted to start his own guild. I told Blondie that I would sign his charter on my death knight and would be willing to help and run with him on any of my other characters he wanted, but I wanted to keep my hunter in the guild. I was an officer. You're on the low rank officer. You're a low rank officer. I was an officer and wasn't doing more than farming mats. I was an officer in title and wasn't doing more than farming mats on it. Also, if there was any hope of saving the surf club, I wanted to be there to help. What a guy. What a guy. Blondie then asked me to float the idea of joining the new guild to our other friends. Ooh. He had come to me because he didn't know the others as well as I did. And as he put it, the leader of the Inquisition against Twick. Yeah, you're the guy who brought Twick to his knees. You should be the guy to instigate the rebellion. I denied it was an Inquisition, but I told him I would mention it to some people. The first person I contacted was Noxu. I called him and told him flat out, Blondie's making a new guild. I'm taking my alts. Do you have any alts you want to move with us? Noxu was torn. He told me that he didn't think it was necessarily right to do in-guild recruiting. But he said he might join us. You know, Noxu's 50-50. But Noxu did say that he would immediately tell Twick about what was going on because Twick had a right to know. Did you fuck up or what on the first person you were going to contact? Did you fuck up or what? The first person you spoke to was the guy who instantly went to Twick. You know what? I'm 50-50. But I'm going to tell Twick. I'm going to tell Twick straight away. Immediately. Moments later, Twick had logged onto WoW and suddenly everybody was getting demoted. First of all, Hurley bit the bullet as the other GM. I started to ask what the fuck was going on in officer chat and found that I no longer had access. That moment you type /O and it doesn't work. I've been there. I've been there. My name was in the list of all the demoted people that was suddenly filling my chat. Twick then announces in the guild chat that this is the way it's gonna be from now on. I am tired of being stabbed in the back and listening to other people. I chimed in that I called it all along and that Twick has an obvious power trip and hadn't listened to or respected any of our ideas from the start. He told me that this was all my fault and I was the one to blame for people not trusting him. I told Twick again he had done this to himself by not listening and respecting us. I was kicked from the guild. I called up Blondie and gave him the good news. You could have my hunter as well. Blondie got a charter moments later, and after I ride to Orgrimmar to sign it, I also noticed another name on it. It was a guild member from the Booty Bays. I had personally recruited. Apparently when I was kicked, he quit too. Nothing made me more proud than to see that being a nice guy and helping people had actually paid off with some loyalty. It didn't end there, though. It didn't end there. A few signatures later, and our guild was formed. Most of our friends left the guild immediately to come over to Blondie's guild. A weight was lifted. We lost a name some of us loved and guild bank slots, but we realised they can all be replaced. We had gained something much more worthwhile. Peace and enjoyment of the game. One of our friends still had a rogue who wasn't kicked from the other guild and told us minor updates. Oh, a spy. What had happened over the next few days or week. The guild floundered with only Twick's faithful in a circle and they couldn't do anything as a guild. So they disbanded. We were happy to be gaming together without the drama. That wasn't the last of Twick though. A month or two later I got a call from Noxu asking me to see if I could log into WoW. I discovered I couldn't. Twick had called Noxu to tell him that because Twick had bought the accounts for me and apparently also for Noxu years earlier, they were still in his name. He had called Blizz and gotten the passwords to both accounts. We no longer had them. Accounts we had been paying for. An account where I had bought Wrath of the Lich King expansion myself. That Twick though. Twick the return. Twick the fucking return. Noxu's loss was worse. He had bought both the Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King and had been paying for that account for years now. And it was all gone. All after he was the one that had told Twick about what was going down. That's right, Noxu was the fucking culprit, the revealer, the leak, the mole. I could understand Twick being a shithead to me. I had little love for him anyway, but what he did to Noxu was inexcusable. I hopped on Instant Messenger and sent this message to Dan. Alright. To Twick. Congratulations, Twick. You have once again proven yourself a small, petty individual. I hope the enjoyment you got was worth revealing your true nature to everyone. I hope the warmth of your victory over Noxu keeps you company. And isn't the hollow, meaningless victory that it seems to be. I also hope you have fun knowing, with all your moral values, about account sharing and such, that you have in fact stolen money from Noxu and myself. In your mind, I am sure you have your myriad of excuses for why you did what you did, and I am sure you are going to discount this message because you ignore everything. But I am hoping that against all hope, you aren't totally the douchebag you appear to be, and something I have said here will not be totally discounted like you normally do. Again, congratulations for winning at World of Warcraft. I hope that keeps you company while I focus on much more important things and play my games for fun. That was to take you so fucking long to write out. Like, working it out. I reply, I did the fucking Sunwell. I'm not reading this. You haven't even done the fucking Sunwell. Pretty soon, though, Twick replied. Whatever makes you feel like less of a douchebag for turning on a friend. So long, bud, being a butthurt faggot. I apologise. He can cancel the charge to the account at any time by calling his credit card company. If you really think that I am not morally right in this, in any way, shape or form, you are the one who is shallow and hollow and needs to see a doctor. I tried my hardest not to do everything I could, and you spit in my eye at every opportunity because, on many, I have always been upfront and honest, yet you always went behind my back and never spoke up. Goodbye. See ya. Boom! Twick the fucking return! Twick fucking dropping bombs. And Twick signed off instant messenger. Pff, drop the mic. Drop the fucking mic. He played the doctor card. I thought the same fucking thing. You need to see a doctor because you're fucked, innit? And he even dropped an F-bomb, which is like the last possible fucking resort in the universe. My God. Excuse me. That indeed was the last time I ever talked to Twick. Though apparently I did hear through the grapevine that he now denies he ever took back the accounts. Fuck you, Twick. I have the chat log that proves it. It was clear Twick didn't understand anything about what has been about, or what this has been about, or what he had actually taken. I wasn't jealous of him or his elitism wankery. I wanted to have fun with friends. I wasn't even upset about my loss of characters, none of which were capped or geared like Noxu's were. Losing the work sucked, but Noxu and I had already formed a plan. Noxu badgered Twick until he bought him a battle chest. You made Twick buy... You went to Twick for help? You've got no money, right? Not only is Twick the gangster, he's the one with all the lemons. He has all the money. Buy me a battle chest. Buy me a new account. Noxu then told me he would buy me one and we would both do our recruit a friend on new characters. You still went back to Twick. You came crawling. You crawled on back. This time, the recruit friend was a fucking blast. As we levelled, we threw out jokes about one of us was crossing a line, or how you didn't want to mess with someone because they had obviously done the Sunwell. The jokes echoed their way through our vent and guild chat. It was fucking wonderful. Noxu and I shot up a couple of characters pretty soon. I had a priest main back in the guild, 80 ready for raiding, which we did shortly after. The guild lasted until Wrath and eventually would see me as its guild leader. As we progressed through ICC 10-mans as a casual guild, the random recruit who had left after my kick and signed our charter with us turned out to be a very good player and was actually part of a 10-man with us. We downed every boss but Syndragosa. Oh, those ice tombs though, right? And we're making decent progress on her before another bit of drama would cause problems. But that is a story for another day. Oh, Twick! My man. Twick, my absolute fucking gangster. Well played, Mr. Twick. What a fucking superstar. What a fucking superstar. I like Twick. He still bought a battle chest, right? Oh, Twick's just like, sure. Twick's like, okay. What a great story for me to be involved in. I love it. It's going to bring us into this double whammy of drama time for those of you watching live. I'm back again tomorrow. We'll do the stripper story then. So we've got strippers tomorrow. We've got the strippers ready and raring to go. So it should be good. Alright guys, have a great evening, whatever you're doing. If you're watching streams or you're playing WoW or you're raiding, whatever it is you do on a Monday, have a great time doing it. I'm going to be working. There should be a video up on the YouTube channel very, very shortly. I'm going to go and eat. Alright guys, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I will see you tomorrow. Bye guys.